John Braun practiced today. That's good news for you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see how his reaction to this practice was before we say he's going to play, but John's working hard to play, I'll tell you that.
And Siali Hautau, will he be available too?
Yes.
So will John potentially be a game time decision?
Well, I think we'll know before that. I think we'll know in the next 24 hours. By the time we get to our run through tomorrow, we'll know.
Okay, and then it looks like Sean Harlow and Gavin have been splitting reps. Do you know who's gonna start
Sean.
on Saturday? Okay.
Yeah.
How pleased have you been? He doesn't seem like a true freshman anymore, huh?
No, you kind of forget that, and I guess that's what I tell them all the time. You guys that are freshmen, you're not rookies anymore. Everybody's expecting you to do your job. So I don't really think about that, but I'm really thankful he was here in the spring, and I'm also his tenacity is a big part of who he is. He plays hard.
That's something that people point out a lot, is how ferocious he can be. He says that against a team like Stanford, who's so physical up front, that kind of helps him elevate his play because it matches up with his personality.
Well, he's going to, that's true. That I think that a guy should always play hard regardless of who it is or what people say. But, I think that the guy is doing a good job, and he'll gain lots of great experience playing as a freshman. And then, he's a tenacious player.
Mike, what's wrong with Jordan?
Villamine. Yeah. He is. He's not hurt. He is. He's got some NCAA work to clear up, and he doesn't have to leave school. He doesn't have to go off scholarship. But at this time, he's not eligible to practice.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Mike, I remember after the game last week, you talked about how you felt a little sloppy in the first half. When asked about the tight ends, what can they do better this weekend?
Well, they got to execute. They can't commit penalties. They make plays for sure, but they can't fumble. Can't turn the ball over. Can't have penalties. Can't have missed assignments. That's what they can do better.
And I remember you said last year with Stanford, and Storm said as well, you guys killed yourself against a team like that. Storm said you can't take a 2nd and 1 and make it a 2nd and 6.
Yeah. No, you got to take advantage of opportunities. You got to be opportunistic. You can't make mistakes. Can't turn the ball over. Can't come off a coverage. I mean, we it's a whole new game, and you don't know what the circumstances are. But yeah, you never want to make mistakes, but against a good team, they can be lethal.
Coach, if you knew that before the season both Storm and Toronto would have more receiving yards than they would have rushing yards, what would that have meant to you at that point?
Well, obviously we'd be surprised by that, but it's an interesting thing. Every team takes on its own identity and new shape. You have a vision of what you think is going to happen, and then you lose 4 starters at offensive line. And so then you adapt and you go forward and you do what you need to do, and so that's life in sports in general, not just football, but really in football there's a lot of variables, and every team's got to take on a new identity, and maybe it's better in some respects than the one from a year ago. Maybe it's not as good. Doesn't really matter as long as we can win. And whatever formula it is we put together, we still want to run the ball better. We that is obvious. But whatever it takes for this team to win, that's what we need to do.